I just realized that I just did this whole video without pressing record. I see the light on top of the camera blinking, so I know it is working. So let's do this again. What I'm doing here is a basic voltage divider, so I can use my Arduino to monitor my voltage input for my battery bank. Eventually I'm going to change this all out to an ESP8266, or I have an pt.1 coming in, which only has a few pins. It's definitely cheaper, but it is wireless. But I did want to draw it up and make a little video so I have an understanding, and sometimes if I just hear myself talk, it helps me understand what I'm doing. So what we have here is a basic voltage divider, 30K and a 7.5K resistor. That's why I named them that. And when you pick up the voltage here between the two resistors, this is our input side and this is our ground side. When you pick up your signal here, it's going to divide whatever that input is to down 5 times. So in this case, when I hit start simulation, it shows 2.4 volts, because 2.4 times 5 is close to 12, or it is 12. So I inputted 12 volts here on Tinkercad. I put my code in. It's all here, very basic. I found this little lesson on osou.com. I didn't see anybody sign it or anything, so there's no specific author to this. And it's also not in the code to whoever designed this, because I'm pretty sure this is a this is one of the libraries, example libraries, I believe, that you can download. So it's open to everybody. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to establish that AO input analog 0 is our analog input, and then float is our voltage out, float voltage in. That means those can change when you change it to float, along with resistor 1 is a 30K and resistor 2 is a 7.5K, and our value also changes. INT is our value. That value is used in the code right here. And so we'll go through the loop, or we'll go void setup, pin mode, analog input. So analog input, which is this little pin right here, which is what the Arduino sees, is this 2.4 volts here, and it's going to verify that as an input. I know there's a specific word for that of what it's doing, but I don't know what that word is right now. So we're going to do a serial begin, which is this line right here. And you can see that it's printing, so I can go clear, and it's still printing because it's just delaying 500. I can slow that down so it doesn't need to constantly print. It's wasting a bunch of juice anyways. So we can change that to, say, 2000. So we'll hit stop. We're going to go here. So this is 500 milliseconds, so we're going to change that to 2000, which will be 1 full second. So we'll hit start code again, and it'll go every second. It'll print a new value. See? Because 2,000 milliseconds, I believe, is 1 second. Well, milli is 1,000, or milli is a million. I'm out of it today. It's probably not the best time to make a video, but I'm going to make it anyways, because there's a bunch of videos out here and out there that you can see, and I just wanted my own version. So very basic code, very simple. Then it's going to serial print DC voltmeter, which when I start the code, if you see right, oh, see, it's auto scrolling right now. So let's see if we can get rid of that auto scroll. It won't auto scroll, but if I hit stop, right when I hit start, it'll DC voltage input. So start right off the bat, the first signal it sees, it's going to print that volt, or that signal, right? So DC voltmeter input V equals 11.9. That's the next line down here. Okay, so then we go through the loop. This is the one that's just going to keep running over and over. That's why it only prints the DC voltmeter once. So I'll probably change that to bank 1, and then the other code for the other side will be bank 2, because I'll have 2 banks, 6 volts wired in series. So that'll give me 12 volts. So 2 banks at 12 volts. So I'll have 2 sensors because they're not going to be connected together. So what we're doing is our analog read, which is right here. So it's taking our analog read, it's going to read that signal, and it's going to say that's our analog input. That's right. Pin mode is our input. Our analog input is our actual input, right? Then it's going to take our voltage out, and it's going to do some math. So it's going to take our value right here, which is in this case 0. It's going to multiply it by 5. So it's going to say, okay, 5 volts. And then it's going to divide that by 1024. So what it's doing is 0 to 5 volts 1024 times. So say it's 0 volts is 0 is 0 volts, and then 1 is 0.1 volt, and 2 is 0.2 volts. But it's actually tighter than that, so it makes it more precise, because it's taking only 5 volts and it's saying 1024 from 0 to 1024 to make it that 5 volts, right? And then it's going to do some more math here. Then we'll go to the next line, and it's going to do our voltage input equals voltage output. So it's going to take our V out. So this signal right here, so it's going to create this V out. So whatever we get up on here is going to come up here, and then it's going to divide it by this math right here. So it's going to take R2, which is 75K or 7.5K, and divide it by, and then it's going to add these two together. So these two together. So it's going to take this signal divided by this number, and then it's going to divide that signal, and then that's what's going to print as our input voltage. So serial print input voltage equals, so input V, that's what this is, that designates what's here. And if you'd like to see the change, I can change this to hello, since Arduino people love to use hello. And we'll hit start again, and watch, it'll change this to hello. See, hello. Okay, and then serial print line, so it's going to serial print our VIN, which whatever this value is our VIN. And I don't know why it says it's showing the 2 there, because I believe 2 it would be our input 2, so or our pin 2, and I don't know why that's there. So I wonder if we can get rid of that. Let's see what happens if I get rid of that. So let's cut that and hit start simulation and see if it still works. See, it still works. Yeah, so that didn't make any sense why it was saying pin 2, because there's no point in having pin 2 in there. We're not using pin 2 in this. Maybe that whoever built this code, because I just copied and pasted, because there's so many other people that do the same code. It's basic code, but in this case, yeah, they put pin 2. So I don't know why that was there. So we got rid of that. We also changed how long it will refresh, because you don't need it to refresh every single second. The voltages are going to change. And if you have any fluctuation, you don't need that fluctuated voltage. You just need something that's more stable. So I'd probably change that to like 5,000, so to 5 seconds. So I hope you guys like what you see. I know I rambled on for quite a while here. I just want to leave that right there, and thank you guys, and let me know if you have any ideas. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.